What's good, y'all? So let's get to it. Y'all know how much I love college basketball. It's that time of year. It's my favorite time of year, man. Let's get it. I love this more than a Super Bowl, more than the NBA Finals. Like, this is my most favorite playoff of any sport. This is the best because anybody can beat anybody. You saw UMBC beat Virginia last year. You've seen low major teams like Loyola Chicago, just different crazy low major teams just come out of nowhere and just beat, George Mason back in the day. So let's cut to the chase. Let's get to these picks real quick. So of course you got Duke, the #1 seed. You got Zion Williamson, who's just out of this world. Whoever wins this game, the 16th seed, it's not gonna be like a UMBC versus Virginia. Duke is definitely gonna win this game. VCU versus UCF. That's a pretty good matchup. I like VCU. They're a very aggressive team. I got them winning that one. Then we got Mississippi State versus Liberty. Of course, there's a lot of 12s that beat 5 seeds. I might go with Liberty with the upset on this one. I'm going to go with Virginia Tech to win on this one. Buzz Williams is a good coach. Maryland, everybody knows Maryland's my team for real. That's my team. That's my squad. Unfortunately, a lot of people having Belmont beating Temple. I don't know if Belmont's going to exactly beat Temple. Don't sleep on Temple. A lot of people sleeping on Temple. But Maryland, we have just been awful. What's his name? Mark Turgeon he's just been not good in the postseason. He's not been good in March. Of course, we have Bruno Fernando, Ant Cohen, Jalen Smith. The list goes on and on. We have a lot of talented guys. Maryland should really win this game, of course, on paper. And with all the talent, they have a couple NBA players on the team, future NBA players. But, of course, Mark Turgeon, he just finds a way to lose that game. He just finds a way to lose in March. He just can't win in March. He just doesn't know how. I actually got Yale with the upset as well. I got Yale winning this one. Just because of all the controversy going on with their head coach. I just don't think they're going to win. And the way they lost in the SEC tournament, that came out of coaching as well. He got that silly Tech. I don't know if y'all saw that game in the SEC tournament where they lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to. I can't remember who LSU lost to. But all the controversy going on with Will Wade and them not having their head coach when they really need him is really going to hurt them. I'm going to go with Louisville with this one. Minnesota barely squeaked into the tournament. Michigan State will probably win this one. Michigan State's gonna win again. Let's see here. I'm gonna ride with yeah. I'm gonna go out here on a limb. I'm gonna go with actually sorry about that. I'm gonna go with Belmont to win that one. Is there where can you pick Belmont versus Temple? I wish you could just pick that. Duke is gonna win with Zion. They're gonna ride the back of Zion. Virginia Tech, I'll probably pick Duke again. They get a pretty easy bracket. They are the #1. They are the first #1 seed, so it looks like their bracket's fairly easy. Here, this side's pretty easy for them. Michigan State. Then I'm gonna move on to the next bracket. I hope Duke loses though. I really think they could get upset because they can't make any threes. They're like the worst 3-point shooting team in the whole. They're second or third worst 3-point shooting team in the whole NCAA. Let's see here. So Gonzaga, I got them winning that. Baylor or Syracuse, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Cuse. Marquette or Murray State, that's a good matchup. I'm going to go with Jay Morant here versus Marcus Howard. Everybody's really intrigued by that matchup. That's two really scoring guards. Of course, Jay Morant is probably going to be like the top 5. He's a top 5 pick. He's a shoo-in for a top 5 NBA pick. Everybody should be glued to the TV for that game. That's going to be a huge, huge game. Florida State versus Vermont. I feel an upset coming on. I'm going to go with Florida State. I got Buffalo losing in the first round. Texas Tech, that's not really an upset because Buffalo is like the low major school and they actually have the higher seed. So that's really not an upset to me if Arizona State or St. John's wins that game. St. John's has somebody named Shamari Pons. If you don't know that guy, he's really darn good. He can really shoot the ball and drive to the basket. He's a very dynamic point guard. Northern Kentucky versus Texas Tech. I'm going to go with Texas Tech on that one. Nevada versus Florida. I got Nevada winning that one. Michigan, I got them winning that one. Michigan's really well coached with John Beilein. I'm going to go with them winning that one and going to the Sweet 16 as well. Let's see. I'm going to go with Texas Tech. Florida State versus Murray State. I'm going to have Florida State winning that one. I think they're going to lock in on Jay Morant. Gonzaga versus Syracuse. I really hate to pick all these ACC teams. You really cannot rely on the ACC. Honestly, a lot of times the ACC will really let you down in the tournament. I'm going to go with Gonzaga winning that one. Beating Syracuse in a close game. Texas Tech versus Michigan. Once again, Beilein's just really good at coaching. So I got them winning that one. Gonzaga, I got them winning that one, beating Michigan. Let's see here. I'm going to finish this one off. Duke versus Michigan State. Zion is just, he's ridiculous, man. I don't see Duke losing to any of these teams. I don't see them losing to VCU. I don't see them losing to any of these teams in their bracket. The bracket is just really, really weak. I don't see them losing to any of these teams in this bracket, to be honest with you. There's nobody who really gives Duke a run for their money. I could be wrong. Virginia, another #1 seed for Virginia. Let's see if they mess the money up this time. I don't think they will. I'm gonna go Oklahoma beating Ole Miss. Wisconsin versus Oregon. They miss Bowl. I'm gonna go with Michigan winning that one. Let's see here. Kansas State versus UC Irvine. I'm gonna go with the upset here. Villanova versus St. Mary's. Villanova's been underwhelming this year. They haven't been very good. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Mary's wins this game. I'm gonna go with Villanova though. Woo! Purdue could definitely lose to Old Dominion. They really could lose to Old Dominion. Sheesh, they could really lose to Old Dominion. We gotta pick a 15 seed beating the #2 seed. It's bound to happen. It happens every year. Let me see who's 15 seed. Nah, Kentucky's not losing that one. I don't want to go out on a limb here and pick Tennessee to lose to Colgate, but it really could happen. Iowa versus Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with Cincy in that one. I'm gonna go with Purdue. I'm gonna have Villanova beating Purdue in this one. What's his name? The coach for Villanova. I can't remember his name. Jay Wright. I gotta go with the good coaches in this one. I gotta go with the good coaches. Tennessee is gonna come back. And Sheffield. What's his name? Sheffield, and then there's another guy, #2 for Tennessee. They play really well. They're both strong as a mother. They look like they just stay in the gym all day and all night. North Carolina with Luke May and Cam Johnson. They got a balanced attack. Colby White is really darn good. They really should have beat Duke the other night. But North Carolina's been pretty darn good this whole year. Utah State versus Washington. I'm going to go with Washington. Auburn versus New Mexico State. Auburn's been playing really, really well. I'm going to go with the upset here. Kansas versus Northeastern. I'm going to go with Kansas. Haven't heard a lot of noise out of Kansas this year. They haven't had like a one and done like an Andrew Wiggins or a Josh Jackson like they usually do. I haven't heard too much out of those guys. Iowa State versus Ohio State. I'm going to go with Iowa. Georgia State versus Houston. Haven't really heard too much from Houston. I'll go with Georgia with the upset. Seton Hall versus Wofford. Miles Powell, man. Miles Powell is really a dog. I'm going to go with him with a couple upsets here. Seton Hall is my dark horse to go far in this tournament. I'm going to go with Iowa State here. Kansas versus New Mexico State. I'm going to go with, let's go with Kansas. UNC should go pretty far this year. They have a really balanced attack with Luke May, Colby White, and there's another guy named Kenny Williams. He's pretty darn good. He plays really good defense. He played very well defensively against R.J. Barrett the other night when they played Duke. Let's see here. Iowa State versus Seton Hall. Miles Powell, man. Miles Powell. They probably will let me down. And this bracket is crazy. But like I said, you can never be 100% right. So you got to pick some crazy ass to happen. They're going to be my Cinderella. My Cinderella is Seton Hall. Miles Powell. If you don't know who he is, you will find out very soon. He's a heck of a player. North Carolina, I'm going to pick them. Let's see here. So where are we at? Where are we at now? We are at the Elite Eight. The Elite Eight. Virginia, UVA, the hometown team. Not too far from Maryland. They are kind of far from Maryland, but you know, I got a sibling that went to Virginia, graduated from there, so I got to root for them. Wisconsin, I got them moving up. Let's see here. Tennessee or Villanova. I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Virginia. My bracket's kind of weak. It's not very surprising for us. Not a lot of surprises except for Seton Hall. Seton Hall is probably my biggest surprise. And then let's see here. Who else I gotta pick? Virginia. I'm gonna go with UVA redeeming themselves versus Duke. They're gonna go up against Duke in the Final Four. Let's see here. I don't want to have a whole. Oh my gosh, my bracket sucks. My bracket sucks. Gonzaga with a rematch versus Duke. Gonzaga beat Duke earlier this year. That'd be lit if they beat them. Let's see who else. My bracket is terrible. I got all these ACC teams. I can't stand it. I cannot stand this. North Carolina versus Seton Hall. Oh my gosh, this sucks. North Carolina versus Virginia and Duke versus Gonzaga. Oh, this sucks. Gonzaga versus North Carolina. They played that one a couple years ago. If this happens, I'm gonna go with Gonzaga because I can't stand North Carolina. I'm a Maryland fan. I can't stand North Carolina. Let's see here. The score is gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be like 85-82. And I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. And that's my national championship right there. So let me know what y'all think, man. Please comment, like, subscribe. Please comment and like this. I want to hear what y'all think. Definitely, please let me know what y'all picks are gonna be, for real. And hell to them Wizards, hell to them Redskins. Please let me know what y'all think, what y'all picks are gonna be. I know there's gonna be a lot of people who be like, "Oh, your picks are terrible. They're awful." Yes, I know they probably are terrible. They probably are terrible. I make terrible picks every year, but I love the game of college basketball. It's gonna be a fun tournament though. It's gonna be real lit. All right, y'all. Peace.